Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the GBYWN Australia podcast. I am your host, as per usual, the retired Aston Crude. And here today on episode number 79, I'm bringing back a former guest. You know, he's been here and there for some review podcasts, but I'm bringing him back to talk about the rest of his WZWA and ICWS career. And it is none other than the three-time WZWA Backyard Champion, former WZWA Tag Team Champion, and finally, the last ever WZWA Heavyweight Champion, Australian Backyard Wrestling Hall of Famer now, Big Red Ryan Tate.
Hello.
How you going, Big Red?
Yeah, going good, mate. Yeah,
How's
good.
retirement been so far?
Boring. Very boring. Been just, having that need to wrestle so much. But,
Sucks, eh?
Yeah, it fucking sucks dick, man.
I guess, with the final show, everyone was really hyped for it, and they were into wrestling more than ever because they were motivated. And I think everyone's forgetting the fact that 4 or 5 months prior, it was like pulling teeth getting people motivated.
That's so true.
But look, it's all over now, Big Red, and we're going to just be taking a little trip back in memory lane. And kicking off from where we were before, after part 2 of your interview in 2015. The part we got up to at that point, Big Red, was just finished off your feud with Dan Zeppelin, which was unfortunately cut short due to Dan's, I guess, demotivated thoughts on actually getting in the ring and doing more stuff to do stuff with that feud. And so we had transferred that onto your feud with Blade. And I believe it was Frostbite 2015.
Yep.
Found yourselves up against 1990 Awesome, right?
Yep, well...
But should we go to ICWS first?
Well, seeing as ICWS didn't last that much longer, go for it.
Alright, we'll go back. We'll go to ICWS at this point. Sorry, I forgot we were going to do that.
Yeah.
And it might be a bit windy, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm just going to adjust the microphone so that yep, you can hear it. You can hear the wind. Okay, I put my wind guard on the microphone, Big Red. And let's talk about ICWS. All About That Bass was it the second show of 2015?
I believe so. I think we had Fug Life, and then yeah, All About That Bass.
All About That Bass. I believe it took place because the day before the show, Jack cancelled a WZWA event.
Yep, I was at my brother's Bucks party the night before, and saw the message. And I was drunk as fuck, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, because I was really looking forward to the WZW show. I can't even remember who I was wrestling. I think it was I don't know. I have no clue who I was.
It must have been Frostbite.
No, it was. I know it wasn't. It wasn't Frostbite. It was some. It was some like we were doing some little show because we could fit it in. And last minute
he decided to cancel it, and I was fucking fuming. Like, I haven't been that angry in a long time to have a show cancelled right at the last second. And that's why I did not show up to All About That Bass.
Yeah, because DJ had he decided, oh well, if anyone is still keen to wrestle, we can do ICWS that day because people were keen.
And that was good of DJ to at least try and help us out and give us some sort of wrestling on that weekend. But I was so angry that WCWA wasn't happening that I was like, I'm not coming, I can't. I'm in too much of a bad mood about things, like I can't do it. But anyway, All About That Bass. How was that? Was that a fun day? You did a little tournament?
It was a fun day. Like, even for trying to figure out what we were going to do, because there was so little of us there. I think in total, like, crowd-wise, because you had the referee and cameraman, I think usually at some points it'd be like maybe 5 or 6 people in the crowd at one time. Right. So it was really small. It was a really small crowd. We were waiting for because when I got there, I think it was who was there. It was Chris, Luke, Ice, and DJ were there at the time.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that was it for the guys who were actually wrestling. Oh wait, no, Tim actually ended up wrestling on that show
Tim
as
ended
well.
up getting involved in the show, that's right.
Yep.
Tell us about seeing Tim return that day.
You know, I was like... I mean, I wasn't too fussed with it. Because you know me and like how I feel about Tim. I've never really liked the guy anyway. He's always been an annoying little fuck.
Yeah.
But like seeing him come back was cool. He got to wrestle DJ. They had a actually pretty decent match.
I think it's the first time they ever got to have a match too.
Yeah, like
right?
first time ever, and they like pulled it for cracker. Like pretty good. DJ had already wrestled Luke in the start of the day.
I heard Tim was really stoned. And,
I wouldn't have been able to tell anyway.
Okay, well apparently he was really stoned.
Yeah.
But apparently went out there, had a pretty good match with DJ.
Yeah.
But
DJ going over, thank God.
Yeah, well I guess you arrived to the show.
Yeah, I arrived to the show. I was so hungover.
Right.
So hungover. I was
just
not
figuring out what are we going to do with this show today.
Yeah, and we were waiting there for around an hour to see if there was anyone else rocking up, and then we came to some conclusion. I don't know who came to the idea, but we're like, let's just do a small little tournament. We'll do a opening segment. I'll come out, talk about the junior title.
Right.
Ice will come out. He'll announce there's going to be a small little tournament. Then the swerve would be that Ice would be in the tournament just so we had numbers and could add it all up.
Right.
So then whoever won the tournament would face me in the main event.
Right.
So
gotcha.
Someone would have to wrestle 3 matches while I get to only wrestle 1. So
so that's fair.
that's super fair. And I actually
fair.
mentioned that in the promo as well. But anyway, it's all we could think of, and it was a fun little day because we had Luke versus DJ, first time ICWS.
Yeah.
We had Rex and Ice. I think the first time they faced at ICWS show.
And it was the last time they got to work one-on-one.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yep.
And then obviously would lead to Luke and Chris facing each other.
Yep.
In the semis. And then as a break between the main event, which was Tim and DJ.
Right.
And then we had me and Monet in, I'd say, one of my favourite ICWS matches I've ever had.
Excellent. That's good because it was a good chance to get the junior heavyweight title some focus and get it established after it was implemented at the Thug Life show.
Yeah, I only introduced like one show before, and then this is getting its like a lot of spotlight on it.
So that's pretty cool. So you're pretty proud to be the junior heavyweight champion at this stage?
Yeah, it was good. Like, I mean, originally, I think I mentioned this in the last podcast. I was like, okay, I've just got this belt now and whatever. And when I first won it, I was going to do a promo afterwards, and I was going to mention it. But as soon as I had said something, and someone had cut me off, and they played Vincent's music, and he came out, and it made it seem like I was saying that the belt was crap, and I didn't care about it. But then I had to reiterate that when I had that promo I did at All About That Bass.
Right.
So I finally got to get it across when people were giving me so much heat on the thread and stuff about it. I'm like, well, fuck you guys. This is what I actually was going to say.
Right. They should have just understood that you just tripped up a little bit on your
because I was like catching, like if you watch back, I'm literally trying to catch my breath and keep going, and then there's music playing. So I was like, all right, okay, this is going to get some heat later.
So we get to the next show, bro, and it's The Dream. It's the day after we find out Dusty Rhodes has passed away, so we changed the name of the show to The Dream. And you face Vincent Graves one-on-one. I want to know how this was to plan with Gareth, because let's be honest, the guy hadn't had a wrestling match in, I believe, 6 years? 8 years? No, 8 years.
Eight or so years, I think it was.
I don't know, 6 or 7 years, something like that, whatever.
Multiple number of years.
A long time, and he had been out of the game so long that he was no longer a kid, a teenager. He was a fully grown adult at this stage, so really he's basically resetting, because, I doubt he remembers that much about the wrestling he did for a short amount of time in the UWF. So it must have been really interesting trying to plan a match with the guy making his return after all that time.
Yeah, because he was really trying he was really reintroducing himself to it. He was doing a bit of training and stuff with DJ, going over a few moves and stuff like leg drops and some arm drive clotheslines, all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it was kind of difficult planning, because we were both trying to figure out how I could basically do stuff to him, but still make him look strong. So basically, we just went with the good old, he's just the monster, make it look like super dominant throughout the match. And it's like like seeing like Tate never being beat down as much as I did. So, and then it built up, and then it ended up getting a thought of the DQ win just make him look strong because he was just didn't want to stop like beating the shit out of me and that.
Right,
and I thought it went.
I thought it was a
really
good
well.
start
Yeah,
to the feud.
Yeah.
Good start to the feud. But initially, when like you're presented with what's happening for your ICWS run from DJ before Thug Life, when it tells you you're winning the junior heavyweight title, and obviously Gareth's going to return and you're going to be in a program with him, are you told at that point where it's headed?
I'm pretty sure I was. It was that we were gonna, because I can't remember like mainly, but I think it changed a bit because I was gonna be facing be feuding with Gareth. I'd be like now and again I'd face some other guys like Jack Monet, stuff like that, just to get some wins.
Yeah.
And then it would build up to me facing Gareth.
Yeah.
And I think we were going to have one match where he would win, and then I was going to win in the feud ender, but then there was things that changed. Maybe the title was going to him, or I dropped the title to someone. But yeah, it was all mixed and muddled around a bit.
It seemed like DJ was chopping and changing plans as it was moving forward, so the next thing you knew, you might be dropping the title to Vincent.
Yeah.
And at that stage, I was like, bro, he's only just won the belt. Like, let him establish it for a while. I don't know if he should be dropping it just yet, but it just seemed like, the initial plans for almost everyone were changing from show to show. I guess it didn't help that some people were no-showing. We get to Doors of Perception. You take on DK, also known as Deacon Whalen.
That was Deacon's debut, actually, for ICWS.
That's right, yep. Pretty neat little match between you two. You retained the title again.
Yep, best thing I loved about that was the whole thing with doing an Irish whip and Deacon running off the base and running to the park.
That's right, because he's used to being off the ropes.
Yeah, then me yelling at him that there's no ropes, dickhead. He runs all the way back just to run to a clothesline.
So good.
What the fuck would he think was going to happen?
So good. But another neat little title defense there for you, and I believe that was the first time you and Deacon went one-on-one.
First time we've ever gone one-on-one. We faced in tag matches at WZWA, but yeah,
right.
First time one-on-one.
How did you find working with Deacon?
Oh, it was super easy to work with him because we're both into we both have a similar taste in wrestling, so
indie wrestling,
indie nerds, yeah. So styles mixed very well. Just neat little match. I had a lot of fun with it.
Cool.
Yeah.
You missed the very bad Halloween Hell show, which was the next one. Why did you miss that one? Because you had work booked.
I had work booked, and because usually what happens is because we were trying to find out dates for the show, and with my work, I have to obviously fill in my months or something in advance. And I think that day was I think it was like an Oktoberfest or something. And I know everyone at all the staff at my work, they're really into it. And they all roster off, and you only get a certain amount of people that are allowed to roster off that certain day on the weekends. So on the Saturday, I went and looked at the roster off book, and I was like, all right, all the spots have been taken. I just have to kind of pray that I don't get booked. I got booked for a 10-hour shift. I was like, fuck.
Well, there you go.
But I was no offense to the guys, but I was kind of glad I didn't go because of just what I heard about the show.
Bro, you don't even know this. You don't even know the half of it.
I can't even remember who the fuck I was supposed to face at that show. I think it was Steel or someone. I'm not sure. Maybe, I don't know. I have literally no clue. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. It was just a nightmare from the get go. I got there at 10:30 to help set up the base, and an hour went by, another hour went by, and the base finally got set up, and then they realised, well, we don't have the camera because Monet's not here, and they were relying on Monet to bring the camera. So DJ had not even thought about the fact that we needed a camera, so him and Gareth got in Gareth's car and drove back to their house in Yokine to grab the camera and then drive back. That took 45 minutes. I don't know what took them so long to go get that camera, but they finally got back. And then when they got back, DJ needed to put his face paint on. So that took another hour or so. The show didn't get started until about 2:30. And during that big break, we're all sitting there together complaining, saying I don't even feel like wrestling at this point. it's been fucking hours and hours and hours. You know, what the fuck is going on here? Why have we still not started the show? And everyone was pretty down on everything at that point because, you know, having to wait for DJ to put his makeup on so he could be in the opening segment, that annoyed us because we were sitting there like, fucking hurry up.
Did all of this like also hinder like the performances of some of the guys as well, or would you say?
Some of the matches were still good, but like, you know, once the show got started, it was fine. But fuck, like just the disorganization of everything at that point.
And also, like hearing that Steele didn't even end up having a match. That really grinded my gears. Like, I was so I felt upset for him. I was like, he went all the way out of his way to get there, and then
he took public transport, got all the way there, and but you know, like I needed my match to be done by 4 o'clock because I was getting picked up because me and Belinda were going to something at the Perth Arena that night, and we needed to go home and get ready. So she was about to 4:30 she was picking me up, and so I'm ready to go for my match backstage against Kyle at 4 o'clock. And I'm like, all right, we got to get this done, bro. Like, you know, Belinda's going to be here pretty soon, so we're waiting and we're waiting and we're waiting. And, you know, Gareth's leaving. So DJ walks with Gareth to his car, carrying Gareth's carton of beer that he had there. And he proceeds to stand there for 10 minutes having a conversation with Gareth, and it's 4:10 at this point, and I'm like, fucking hurry up, DJ. We want to have our match. I gotta go soon. I'm getting picked up. Fucking finally he gets back. We play the theme songs. I have a nice little match with Carl. I was actually pretty happy with it. Just made him look like $1 million as far as I was concerned. Like I wanted him to dominate most of the match. And then as soon as the match is over, Belinda pulls up, I get in the car and I go. And other people had to leave as well. So the main event's still to come, which was Chaos versus Antilochus. But they were still figuring out what they were going to do. And I didn't understand why they didn't just make it a three-way with Steel. But it was what it was. It just wasn't a good show. And I think everyone's motivation for ICWS had gone just down the fucking gurgler, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And DJ was very upset with what I had to say in the thread about it. But, like, my main point was, bro, everyone's whinging to me. It's not fair that they're not saying it to you. I'm just taking what everyone has said and I'm putting it out there because so you can fix the problems.
I think, like, that seems a bit annoying because you don't run the ICWS shows.
No.
So why would people complain to you about it?
Because they had nowhere else to go. The complaints have nowhere else to be filtered to because at the time DJ wasn't exactly taking any criticism or feedback properly. So I was kind of left with that. I ended up getting into an argument with Chaos about it because Chaos was trying to defend DJ. But then when I saw Chaos the next time, he said to me, you were right about everything, but someone had to stick up for DJ because he was getting really upset. But my relationship with DJ at the time was so bad. And that show was just like, in my opinion, it was like the death of ICWS.
Oh my God.
And I was like, what can be done to resurrect this thing? And, well, something sort of did resurrect it, and that was Seasons Beatings. New location again. Finally back in a backyard. You face Kyle in match of the show, as everyone would say.
That God-forsaken base that we had.
That horrible base.
The pallet base.
Pallets with padding. It was so stiff, and DJ thought it was fine. No, it wasn't fine.
I took a bump on that just at the start. I didn't tuck my head when I did the bump, but winded instantly. It was so bad. And
I got monstrously drunk during the proceedings of the show. I was just smashing beers, dude. I was just like, I just wanted to have fun. And
I mean, good day all round. It was a fun show. I love the match with Kyle. Watching it back, just some of the crap we called, like Kyle doing the moonsault in the one thing I loved about it was the moonsault that he did off the ladder into a RKO. I went for a cover, base break immediately. all all of that drama from that one spot,
For a base
and then for Dan to be base break, and Carl going off being like, fantastic refereeing, yes, like going off. It was love watching it back. Such a great match. Probably one of my favourite matches with Kyle.
Yeah, it was a fun show, and it felt like we were back on track. But unfortunately, that household was no longer being able to be used. I believe DJ's mum moved out of there, and the next location she was in didn't suit wrestling. So ICWS kind of faded into obscurity at that point. We didn't know what was going to happen. I had been asking DJ, are we going to be, doing any more shows? And he didn't seem like he was that interested. I think he felt a little bit too overwhelmed with organising it. So we didn't get to finish our storylines. And I believe, your feud with Vincent Graves was supposed to continue, but from what I'd seen at, I believe, Doors of Perception and Seasons Beatings, there wasn't any interaction between the two characters.
No, I mean, at Doors of Perception, there was an opening thing where when I entered, because Ice and Chaos did the reveal of the new title, and basically I was doing the whole thing where I was demanding I get a match with Vincent Graves, but I was saying that Vincent Graves didn't want a match, or something like that. They're basically doing like the chicken shit kind of thing, because he's already proved himself and beaten the shit out of me.
Right.
And all that kind of thing. That was the only other build for that story, and that was basically it, because there was nothing at Seasons Beatings, and then there was the final match as well. So yeah, nothing really built.
And that's it. Well, anyway, from there, ICWS, nothing throughout 2016, but towards the tail end of 2016, I start messaging Dan and DJ and being like, yo, we really need to try and organise a final ICWS show with the original base, and just started negotiating with them what we were going to do. And then, well, Dan said we can't do it at the Z Arena, but Gareth mentioned that he had a big backyard and we could do it at his house. So, okay, we have a location. What date can we use? Okay, well, we figure out we can use a date in March, was it?
Yeah.
March of 2017, which would actually be 10 years to the day of the first ever UWF event. So we set that in stone, and then we had a few months to prepare, and I believe it was the week of the show, me and DJ had to transport the base, I think 3 times, 3 trips to Dan's and Gareth's. It was a hectic day, and it chewed up a lot of my fuel, but we finally got it all there, and then here we were, Twisted Metal 8, March 17?
17th or 18th, I'm not sure.
March 18th, yes, March 18th, 2017, Big Red. We all rock up, I could feel the atmosphere. Could you feel the atmosphere?
And also I was, because throughout the day I was doing the videoing for that little video that I made, and I was just feeling, I was like, yeah, this is cool, like, this is really good. Like, it was big backyard, it was all, like, it just like, even though we weren't, like, at the Z Arena or anything like that, it just felt like the old atmosphere that we used to get. It felt like
ICWS again, and I don't know, I guess it was just that backyard, very similar to Dan's backyard, and it just felt right, and what a great show from top to bottom. What were your thoughts when you found out initially that you would be defending the junior heavyweight title in the 4-way?
Well, because I knew it was a because I remember hearing ages ago that it was going to be a multi-man. I was like, all right, cool, it could be anything. Maybe it's like a gauntlet or something. But it's like, 4-way, yeah, that's fine. Because I'm fine with 4-ways. But I think ever since other multi-man match I had, a few months earlier that we'll probably get into later.
Yeah.
I was kind of hesitant about it, but I think I was fine with it. Like, I was versing 3 people that I could feel put on a decent match. So
yeah. So it was you, Luke Monet, Jack Wallace, and Vincent Graves. Going into this, I was booking the show with DJ, and I just thought it was important that Vincent Graves win a championship before it's all said and done, and kind of return all the belts that people had won back to ICWS talent. Originals. So were you happy to drop the belt to Vincent?
By all means, I was happy with it. Didn't really bother me. He has obviously earned it with all the work that he put in. He's always always busted his ass to put on the best show that he possibly could.
Yeah.
And I felt happy for him. Like,
yeah, me too.
Like he looked like an absolute monster in the match. He got because it was elimination. He got every fall, every single one. So
I felt bad for Vinny about WZWA and his run there, because like I just couldn't give him anything to sink his teeth into. He was just kind of following DJ and whatever he was doing, because he kind of got thrown upon us in the booking at the last minute, so we kind of just had him fill gaps here and there throughout the year. So I feel like his 2015 ICWS run and this final match was really a good run for him, and he deserved to at least walk out of Backyard Wrestling with some sort of accolade, which was the Junior Heavyweight Championship. Overall, Junior Heavyweight Championship, where does it rank in all the titles that you've won?
Ooh, I think with the tail end and how it ended, I don't know. I think it would have to probably go maybe in between the third Backyard title, so the third Backyard title reign being at the
bottom,
bottom, and then it'd be Junior Heavyweight title tag, the other two Backyard reigns, and then obviously the heavyweight, because that was such a monumental thing. Yeah.
TM8. Thoughts on the final ICWS show as a whole?
As a whole, I think it was the great send off for everyone there, like originals, even the new guys who were there, Aries and Ace. Dante came back. He did a promo. Chris got to say Chris Eflin got to do his final goodbye. It was just like everyone got their closure.
Knuckles gets to walk out as the champ.
Yeah, Knuckles walks out as the champ.
Fucking
and just
cool.
that whole moment of us all standing there at the end, just chanting away with the giant sign. Such a surreal moment.
Yeah, it was cool.
That's what it's all about.
And I'm really happy with the way it all went, and the fact that we could give ICWS the goodbye it deserved. It was a big part of our lives, Big Red, and it gave you your start in Backyard Wrestling. So that's the end of the ICWS part of this interview.
Yep.
So let's move on to WCW.
Oh, yeah.
Which means we're now moving back in time from where we are at this point, back into 2015. Blade Shaw and Ryan Tate versus 1990 Awesome at Frostbite. This is the final time you and Blade wrestle as a tag team. Thoughts on facing 1990 Awesome?
I've worked with DJ, I've worked with Jack. Two guys I've always had great matches with. Blade the same.
I feel like you've worked with Jack a lot.
I've worked with Jack so much.
A lot of tags.
Mainly tags.
Multi-mans. And
singles matches
as well, yeah. Like ICWS and, the Backyard title reign defense.
I mean, when we first started versing in ICWS, our matches were terrible, I have to say. But then we obviously both improved a lot more, and then we put on great matches every time we tangled with each other. The only downside to this match was that it went too fucking long.
There was one point in the match, I believe, where I was like, that should have been the finish there, but I think DJ had another spot he wanted to do.
Yeah, because we had to do the whole thing with the whole thing with Lily, which I think went great. Because we got to involve the whole thing with Ace and DJ that continued on.
That's right, yeah, we're having all the stories.
Being told.
Yeah.
Me laying out Lily with a stinger splash. Props to her, she took it like an absolute machine. And then Jack getting the win, and me turning on Blade afterwards, laying in those chair shots.
Some vicious chair shots bros. Did you guys go over that beforehand, that you were going to really lay them in?
Yeah. We just don't hold back. I was like, all right, fine.
Yeah, that was fucking good.
If you say so, buddy. Boom.
That's how they have to be, man. Otherwise, people go, hit him harder.
Yeah.
So the next show is the big last man standing matchup between yourself and Blade, and in my opinion, match of the year. Should have been match of the year, but look, I gotta go with where the votes lie, my friend.
It's crazy because before this match had happened, you were saying in the booking committee when you were going over the notes, you want this to be match of the year. You wanted it to be that. So Blade and I meticulously planned it out. Went through all the when we came to the match, we played out absolutely everything to perfection, really.
Because this match was really, really important for Blade.
Yes.
He needed this to step up into the next echelon where he would be started to be taken seriously as a contender for the championship. And you both had a lot of pressure on you.
Yeah, and I think we both hit it out of the park. Like everyone played their part to a T. Just the story driven in it that were played out. Just everything went brilliant, and even accidentally cracking Blade open with the chair, that even just added more to it, and it just probably really up there, like probably top 5.
And he got told off by his girlfriend.
Yeah, he did.
And then she meets the guy that.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, sorry, I scarred your boyfriend.
Fucking sick. But I was so proud of that match. Blade beats you with the laying down the law. Sky high through all those chairs, just mashing you through those chairs. Does that hurt?
No, that was sick. It felt awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the thing that felt worse for that was when I took the end of days onto the unfolded chair.
Oh, fucking hell! So many hectic bumps that I know that I would refuse to take. Hanukkah Havoc. Okay, so this match is over. You've lost to Blade, but Hanukkah Havoc, the bastard that is Ryan Tate, now will be taking on his ex-girlfriend Lila in the first ever, meeting between you two in a one-on-one match. A lot of, there's once again a lot of pressure on you again for the next show in a row where you've got to plan a match with your girlfriend. And, let's be honest, Lila's matches at that point have been mainly beating up Mojo Flow,
hitting a clothesline here and there.
Yeah, when she wrestled the WZWA originals in that
the triads
match. Yeah, like shit like that. Only just getting her feet just a little bit wet, but not really going full ball with a full-on matchup. So, how hard was this to organise with and plan with Lily?
Yeah, because just trying because Lily she always she always has these ideas, and I'm just obviously take them all in and just trying to find the best way to pull off each thing. So it's right, we need to play the strengths. So what I did was because I'll kind of tie this in because I actually went and did when I went and did refereeing for Schwab. There was a bus ride where I went with one of the guys. MC Cruel, Eli, when we went down to the training, and I just for some reason I was like, man, what is the basic plan of a match? This was ages ago, and he literally wrote it down and he showed it to me. So I took a photo of what he wrote down, and I literally used that formula for this particular match. Right. So I thought this would be the easiest way to do it. So we have the shine, we have the cutoff, we have the heat, we have the hope spots, then we have the comeback, the false finishes, then the finish, and I thought that this is great because I can do this really easily and plan it out well, and Lily and I can both put little things in. Because we didn't actually do a lot of stuff. It was just boom, boom, but one after the other.
So Wrestling isn't about the moves; it's about telling.
It was it was literally one spot for each part.
Yeah,
and it went really well. And when we got there on the day before everyone, we were just going over stuff, and then you came up to us because originally the main event was supposed to be. Body spray versus
Antilochus
and Monet, and then they couldn't do it. So then
had to be earlier in the day
because I think Justin had to leave early.
Yeah,
and then there was talks of the tag title match being the main. And then you come up to us and say, yeah, you're going to be the main event now. So I was like, oh, great, even more pressure.
They're going to close the show.
Yeah, so if anything, I felt glad. I was like, holy shit, yeah, Lily gets the main event.
Yeah, that's huge,
awesome.
Man.
Yeah,
that's huge. Not many people get to have the main event match of a show.
Yeah.
And so that's really big, and what a great contest between you two.
Yeah, I loved, just everything about the match. She had her family there as well, so that was even more pressure.
Yeah.
I came out and I even asked her brother if I could use the nephew as basically a prop to get over the heat.
Right.
And basically put out that saying that Lily was like a baby, like coming into the world. Like you have like me helping and nurturing, but then without me, you're nothing. And that was the kind of thing I was going for. It was like such a bastard thing to do.
Like when you say, "Without me, you're nothing," you should have dropped the baby.
Oh God, no! Drop the kid.
But fantastic
and
contest.
And I love it. Like even the start when she chopped the fucking shit out of me. Like
she knew she had to go balls to the wall, and she did.
Yeah, no offense, guys, but she's probably chopped a lot harder than most guys.
Exactly.
I had like a hologram hand on my fucking chest.
Nice.
It was fucking painful. Yeah. Everything just went like really sick. Like because originally,
Originally
Lily was going to win, and I was like, yeah, but I think you said that I really needed to win at this point because I was losing a lot.
But you lost the 1990 Awesome match.
Lost to Kyle, lost to 1990 Awesome, lost to Blade, and then it's like, okay, you need to win back. There. So we did the whole thing, still made Lily look strong. But then we have the rookie mistake with the foot being under the rope. Right. And the match restarting, and then doing the whole I love doing this because it was like the ankle lock, and she's not tapping out, but she's like, oh, you're hurting me. I'm just like kind of like shit, like I can't hurt her, and then like okay, I can't do it this way, so I just lock her in the Koji clutch instead, and then she tapped out,
and you become the biggest heel in the company at that stage, I would say, bro.
And then technically kidnapped her nephew and walked off. The character-wise, technically kidnapped him.
So then, okay, that's all over. Yeah. The feud is now over. It's time to move in a new direction. We get to Christmas Carnage. You're just in the Battle Royal and the Battlefield Brawl. Obviously, we can only have so many matches on a show like that. And I remember particularly that day was very stressful for me because, I woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning to read a message from Jack on the thread saying that he might be cancelling the show because, in quotation marks, as I'll say, something really personal happened last night, which was a lie. I was in my car at 8:10, and Blade was awake, and I said, bro, make sure you're ready. I will be at yours in 15 minutes. I got to get you to Jack's house as soon as I possibly can, because I want to make sure that this show goes ahead, because you were going to Tasmania, Zibby was going to Texas not long after, and like all of these things, where we couldn't have the show a following week or a couple of weeks, Was it this show? Christmas Carnage 2015.
Was it? Okay.
Because it was me versus Zibby.
So I remember Jack had to get dropped, had to be at
he had a festival to go to that afternoon.
Okay, but there was also that as well. Okay.
Yeah. So a lot of shit was going on there, and he was just trying to get out of the show so he could sleep in, basically, because it was obvious he got home at 4:30 or something like that, and because that's when he posted in the thread.
Is this the infamous show where Blade cuddled Jack in the bedroom?
That's right. Yeah. So I fucking charged down the freeway. I picked Blade up from his house. I charged down to Jack's house. I dropped Blade off, and then I got to go to the trainer to pick up Alex because Alex is coming early to be hit upstairs. So there was so many things going on, and it had to happen at this show. Otherwise, it was going to fuck everyone over again, like it had done previously throughout the year. Things getting fucking cancelled at the last second just because of selfish reasons. So anyway, we finally got me and Alex and Blade there at the house. Other people started rocking up because I'd messaged everyone and said, doesn't matter what he says, we all go to the arena right now. Don't listen to him. He's not doing this to us again. Finally, we're there. We start the show. We do the Battle Royal, which you're in.
Yep, I basically planned that for the ending as well. So I was in there till the final 5, and the last 4 were the tag teams that were feuding at the time, Steel Erection and 1990 Awesome. So yeah.
Yeah, and so the show was going along. It was fine.
Yep.
But time's ticking, and it gets to about 2:30, 2 o'clock, and Jack's getting on my case. Show's got to be finished in an hour, man, or half an hour. And I'm like, we still haven't done the Battlefield Brawl. And I'm waiting for Zibby to get here so I can wrestle him in his retirement match. Because Zibby was driving from an hour and a half away from a Bucks party he went to the night before. So we still had to wait for him, and we still had to do the brawl. So, like, I was just like, bro, just get off my fucking case. Went to Noel, and I said, Noel, look, Jack's got tickets to this festival that he bought, and he forgot that it was on the same date of the show. Is it okay if he leaves, and we finish the show and clean up without him here? And Noel just, he's got his glasses at the end of his nose reading the newspaper, and he just looks up at me and goes, yeah, I don't care as long as you clean up. I don't care. He's the idiot for not realising that he had something else on. And I'm like, wow. So like all this year when Jack's made a big point about Noel having a big issue with us having shows without Jack there, it's all, like, Noel doesn't care.
As long as we clean up and
As long as we clean up and respect the house. So I went to Ice because I wasn't going to talk to Jack after that. No fucking way, because I was fuming at him, and I said to him, can you go up to Jack now and tell him that I've spoke to Noel, and Noel said that we can finish the show without you. Ice goes to Jack, tells him, Jack goes, oh, no, I'll just stay for the rest of the show then. So it's like, all right, so it didn't really matter. It didn't really matter.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because he did stay for the rest of the show.
He
Because
did.
I was with Lily and I were with Ice when we dropped Jack off.
Yeah.
That's why I remember that. Okay.
Yeah. So, like, I was, like, so burned out at this stage now. I had had enough, and I knew that Resolution 4 was around the corner, so I was still trying to keep my spirits high, but I'd had enough, basically. Had my match with Clint Marshall in his retirement match at the time. And then I came home fucking basically in tears to Belinda saying, like, this is getting ridiculous now. Like, I can't deal with this bullshit anymore. It's not fair on me and it's not fair on everyone else. And, everyone else is getting upset, seeing me get upset. How did you feel seeing me get that stressed out?
Man, I could tell, like, from, like, as soon as I saw the message in the morning when you said, everyone get here, now, whatever, I was like, just as the usual, I was like, alright, here we go. Carl's going to be stressed. That's going to stress me out, because I'll be trying to get the show rolling as well. It will stress Blade and Monet and, like, Ice, basically all the main guys who,
help run the show.
Yeah, and, like, seeing you there that day, because you see you, like, rushing around trying to do things, and it's like, oh, for fuck's sake, because it always, like, it kills me seeing that, because I'm trying to, keep you, like, happy and stuff and trying to get things done.
Because, as soon as I get stressed out, your workload gets bigger.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
When I get that burnout feeling, I have to sit back and I can't do too much because, like, I don't think anyone really understands what the burnout feeling is. The burnout feeling for me began at Gentleman's Duel 2014 when I fucking cried. I'd had enough at that point. So I don't think anyone really realises that for the next 2.5 years, I'm still running WZWA whilst being burned out on it. Like, it didn't take much. One thing, and I'm burned out for the rest of the show. I can't do anything. Like, I can't even think properly. Like, I've got not only everyone else to worry about, but I've got to worry about having a good match. I've got to worry about wrestling my match as well. And the burnout is the worst thing that I'd ever felt, and it started a little bit in early 2014, and that's why I got you guys to join to be in a booking committee with me, because I couldn't do it anymore by myself. And then by 2015, 2016, it was so fucking bad. And so thank you, and and I thank Blade and Ice and Chaos and all the guys that helped Mitch, that helped run shows when I was getting like that. And I appreciate it. But a great brawl. Blade wins the brawl.
And we also got that thing where you and I had that little thing to kind of build up to our eventual.
Yes, and we hadn't really planned too much of our build up to our feud at that stage.
Because we were going to have because I remember we were talking and we wanted to have a confrontation, like a in-ring confrontation.
An in-ring back and forth on the mic.
Yeah.
Because
I did because when you mentioned like the hit list thing, and then I did a promo at home mentioning like, oh, okay, you've got people on your hit list. If people have problems with you, they can come and have a little chat. All right.
Yeah. But we didn't end up getting to do that. I think we were going to do it at Christmas Carnage, weren't we? Or something like that. Then I just said, bro,
we've got too much to do.
Just too much shit going on now. Like, fuck this. But anyway, look, we both eliminated each other from the brawl. And then that's the end of 2015 for WZWA. Looking back on 2015, what was that year for you? You know,
I think I stepped it up. I think I was like one of my best years. I was on a fucking another level that year. Like the whole I think that was like my best like heel like run I've ever done. Like I was just on like just doing that whole feud with Blade, and which eventually won feud of the year. I was so happy with it. I had so much fun doing it. Like just basically getting all that heat. How I didn't win heel of the year was surprising.
Yeah, I was surprised with that. I was also surprised you didn't win Promo King of the Year.
I did so many promos. That was like because I made sure I did promos every show I got. I wanted to have the microphone and say something.
Yeah.
Or I think the only show I didn't have a microphone to say anything on the show was Christmas Carnage, but I still did a promo for that show at home.
Yeah.
So yeah. But,
you know, every event you're always adding to your story, cutting a short promo, even if it was 30 seconds, it still continued your story. And no one ever really, I don't feel like no one really gave you the credit you deserved for Promo King of the Year, because I think you had earned it. And I think you probably earned it the year before as well, but like, you know, that's just the way the cookie crumbles, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
So 2016 begins, the feud with myself begins, but in January we have our first booking session for the final year.
Ooh.
Blade and Monet don't show up to this one, so it's me and you trying to book a year's worth of stories, knowing it's the final year in WZWA. We kind of had a bit of a card for Resolution 5 set out, but we were trying to figure out how to get there. And I think we only got about 6 months in, and before we were we don't know what to do.
Burned out. Cause the first couple of months we were doing fine. Like you're like, all right,
yeah,
cool,
it's like, all right, this is okay.
We got Great American Gash down. We've got Hard Time and all that, and then slowly but surely it was like, shit, we don't have shit for this guy. We don't have shit for this guy. We don't have this. This doesn't make sense. This is fucked.
Yeah, we're just pointing out all of the errors in now.
Why are they facing? That's stupid.
Yeah, it was all over the place, really, and
he shouldn't even be on the show.
But at least we had the first few shows booked at that point. So, but I remember at one point you wanted your final match to be against Lily.
Oh yeah. Because there was, I can't remember what it was because originally with who was supposed Blade going to face? You remember?
I have no idea.
Yeah, because it was either going to be Blade, or if Blade was going to face someone, it would be. I thought, why not just give a.
Blade was going to be against Phoenix.
Oh, okay.
Because Phoenix was Blade, you know, the person that kind of taught Blade how to wrestle back in the day.
Oh, okay.
I was going to use that story, but that ended up getting nixed pretty quickly. Yeah. But yeah, you and Lily was an idea. It was a potential idea, but I kind of said to you, "No, I'd rather I'd rather like try and get Lily versus Stacey to happen." So.
Yeah, there was that day because we were both talking about it. We were trying to figure out
and I was like, it probably won't happen, but we'll see. And well, fucking hell, it did happen. So we will get to that when it happens. Yeah. Line in the Sand, we main event. You and Luke Monet tagging up to face myself and Mykonos. So you get to get in there with Mykonos one more time, but you get to work with me for the first time. Yeah. How did you feel it went?
I thought it was really good because I obviously didn't know what to expect. I've only ever basically watched what you've done.
Yeah.
So it was cool getting in there and just taking the shots, and I was like, all right, cool. Now I know how to seeing how, because what I do is when I see how much someone would hit if they fully connect, or how good the strikes are. I'm like, okay, all right. So that's exactly how much I fire back at them. Yeah. It's just so you're on equal ground, really. Yeah. And yeah, I think we worked with each other's strengths. I think we had some pretty good chemistry.
Yeah, I could tell straight away it was going to be.
But man, that was a fucked day. I think we got for some kind of heat wave. Remember how fucking hot that day was?
It was really hot.
Even at the end of the day, the sun had gone down, but it was so humid and.
Well, it was February. It was early February.
Yeah, I was dying in there.
Yeah, it was a tough day, but we've managed to get through it.
And I had a little fan group that day. That was the beginning of that.
Was that the beginning of the Big Red Army?
Yeah. Because they were just there, and I was like, all right, I'll just chat these guys. They seem nice enough.
So
just
random
nice
that
no one
happened.
Else, like, they're just random people. I was like, all right, no one's
like
talking
they just
to
picked
like,
you as the one that was going to be their favourite, and you were a heel.
Exactly. I came out, I was like, okay, fist bump the kids, flip off the rest of the crowd.
So we get to Resolution 4, bro. I mean, it's a pretty big deal, I'd say. You know, me and you for the first time one-on-one. And I recently watched it back and I was like, fuck, that was actually a fucking good match. I'm so surprised that I wasn't blown up and, you know, a bit slower in the match. I was actually really happy with the pacing of the match.
Yeah, like same here. Like originally I thought like I would like super get like when I obviously like when I was having the match I was like, oh man, I'm so fucking gassed. But then watching it back I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, and I was
so good. The pacing was off the chart. Like, it was so good. Probably the best like pace wise I've had.
Because we hadn't really planned that much.
Not really, no. So we had the end.
But it looks like we have planned stuff because everything like seems to.
I think the only thing that actually happened in the match, like watching back, that I knew that we did plan was the finish.
I think I did mention to you that I wanted to get out of the Koji clutch and hit you with a sit down powerbomb.
Oh, that as well. That's actually an embarrassing thing for me because, like, when I did the Koji clutch, I rotated on such a weird angle that my body just let itself go and I accidentally farted in your face.
You farted in my fucking face.
Yeah, I was like, what the? Because I felt so bad, and you're like, because I remember you like, oh, what the fuck? Did you farted? I'm like, oh, I was like, fucking shit, sorry, bro. And Brandon's just laughing his ass off.
Yeah, referee Brandon.
Thank God you couldn't hear it on film. Because that would have made it more embarrassing for me.
Well, it's all out there now, everyone. I've had big reds, big brown hair in my face.
Yeah.
But great match.
Yeah.
Really happy with how it ended. And, you know, that was it. That was the end of our feud. It would have been really cool to have been able to extend it. But knowing that the final year was upon us.
Also getting Stacey involved was really cool as well.
The Tornado DDT.
Yeah. Sick pop.
So that was really cool. And I had fun, my friend.
Yeah.
So good. But yeah, it would have been good to extend that feud and have a few more matches, but it is what it is. We ended up getting to have another match, which we will get to. So I had come up with an idea that I'd mentioned to you, I believe. We were in a car driving through Morley. No, we were walking through Morley. I think we were doing that big walk to the Bayswater Hotel, and I said to you, I thought it would be cool to do a short feud with you and Kyle in 2016 where you would reclaim the Backyard Championship and be the only 3-time Backyard Champion because Kyle had become a 2-time champion and you didn't want you wanted to have the most Backyard title reigns kind of thing.
Basically do a Jericho with IC title but with Backyard title.
That's right, yeah. Well, what did you think of this idea? And, you know, all of a sudden, out of the blue, now you're the Backyard Champion after Kyle chased it for a year and in his first title defense loses it to you.
Yeah. I thought that was actually pretty good swerve with with people in the crowd because I don't think they were expecting me to win it straight away. I thought it would just be the start of the feud, and it would build up to it. But like I think
I was getting tired of the same old shit. Like, okay, they win the title, they have a few title defenses, they successfully defend it, and then they lose it. No, how about we do it differently this time? How about we go the other way, where no one's expecting it, and Kyle loses it immediately?
Yeah, it was like it's just that shock factor is what I like, and like coming out and having the street fight, like. Such a fun match. Watching it back, I just smile at it. So I'm like, man, we did such a good job.
You and Kyle have got great chemistry, man.
Yeah, like ever since that first match we had all the way back at Battle War, then watching this match, it's like, man, we improved. Like just seeing the improvement from both of us. I was like, fucking hell, we put on such a crack of a match.
Yeah, and you know, I find that Battle War match that you had with Kyle is a match that really. It set a good precedent for Kyle, you know, because he'd only just been mainly doing some tag matches and a singles match with DJ at some point and a few things here and there, but this is like his first true test as a singles wrestler, and I think it did a lot for him. So I think throughout the years, that's something that's a little underrated is you and Kyle and that, you know, kind of professional rivalry there and the great matches that you guys had. Do you feel like you did a lot for Kyle?
I did, yeah. I felt like like I think we both helped each other really. We both really helped elevate each other to be like bigger stars. With the whole backyard title like feud that we had, because with the, as I said, the shock factor, like him losing it straight away, it just gave him more support really. So then when he did eventually get it back, it was such an even bigger thing.
Yeah, and we'll get to that very soon. The frustrations with Jack are now getting worse.
Yeah.
He has postponed Hard Time 5, I believe.
Yep.
I don't know what your memory is.
I'm pretty sure I was with. I think I was at home. I was with Ice, and I'm not sure if it was this show, but that we were there. We were just hanging out, like, because the show was the next day, and then we're just chilling out. Ice goes into the other room, and I'm on the phone. And I'm like, post from Jack. Okay, the show's cancelled.
That's why at that point I decided to change all the posts to be moderated, because I was sick of things going over my head, etc. So I was really upset because you'd booked work off. Yeah. And it's just very frustrating when people book work off and they miss out on their shifts. It was annoying as well
because I was going over to around this time I was going over to
I'll be back in a second. Just keep talking, bro.
Yeah. At that time I was going over to June. I was going over to Sydney in June, and it just really tied in with everything that was going on. So it made it a bit more inconvenient, because then the show had to be pushed back even more. So then by the time I got back, and then there was all this other crap that happened at the show as well. When it finally did happen, there was no camera. We couldn't find it, so I had to use the camera that I was using. Such a crappy quality camera, and it just, the frustration was building because I was stressing out, because Carl, you were stressing out as well, and just getting the show rolling, like, because just mentioning like with the camera and stuff, and because I had, sorry, I'll backtrack. So when I had to go to with this show being cancelled, then I had to go to and with me going to Sydney and booking work off, so I had to go to Sydney at the start of June, so the show got pushed back even more because I had to obviously be there for the thing with Kyle.
Yes.
And then when the actual show came around, and there was all those complications that happened on the day, like we couldn't find the camera, people were rocking up late, and just fucking all the stress in the world. Like we had to use my shitty little quality camera. It kept dying. I had to basically had to get at the end of the show. The show was filmed on like 3 different cameras. Like it was filmed on my camera, the shitty little camera, my phone, and Brandon's phone as well. And just
what a nightmare,
so fucking
dude.
Nightmare.
What a nightmare! Like and
then the car ride home as well with you, and you're just there saying like your passion's just gone. I was gutted hearing that.
Like I was done.
Yeah.
I was so done, because that was the worst he had ever been, because that was the show where I got on my fucking knees and begged him, stop, please stop postponing shows, please stop giving us fucking shit to worry about. We just need your backyard once a month from 11 till 5. Stop giving us time constraints. People are booking work off, and he didn't seem to give a shit that people were booking work off, and that's such a big thing. Like, he doesn't understand, because he didn't have a job at that stage, and he didn't know how important it was that people get those shifts and make that money, because it's tough, in the climate that we're in right now. People need money to get by so badly. Yeah. And he didn't seem to really care about that. He didn't understand about that. And the camera situation was a nightmare. I mean, I don't know how you lose a camera when it was just in the pantry the whole time.
Yeah, finding out like the next couple of days that it was just sitting in the pantry cupboard, just with its charger as well. It's like, what the fuck?
I don't think it had ever been as bad as it was that day for me. Like, I was so fucking fuming, and like I felt like, how can we go through another fucking 10, 11 shows and it's going to be like this? And we're already now 2 months behind, because we had all these shows booked, but we only had a certain amount of months to get them in. So Resolution's date kept getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back throughout 2017. And, it was really pissing me off, and I just had enough, bro.
Yeah, and like to kind of add on to with the whole thing with Jack, like him not giving a shit. He was upstairs the whole show, and he came out maybe for...
He came out once to be at ringside for the originals, but he wasn't barely...
Wait, was he? No, I don't think he did. I think he came out once, and that was to watch Monet's match. And then didn't see him the rest of the day.
Yeah, like he wasn't a part of the show.
Yeah, he wasn't on the show.
Just what a nightmare, dude. Like, we're trying to get this original storyline over, and within the second event back, he's already not even fucking a part of the show. Like, I just can't... I still, you know... It's been... The Fed's over now, but I still look back and I can't believe he acted that way, and I'm sure he feels bad about it now, but at the time I was trying to get through to his head. Dude, you need to be on board, otherwise this is going to be shit for me, and you're making this more difficult for all of us, and you don't realise how integral you are to the success of the shows, because you need to be on board and you need to help out. So anyway, we finally get to the big Red Rules match versus Kyle.
Yeah.
Something just wasn't right about this.
I think it just hurt it, that the fact that during the match it was the revealing of the rules of it.
Yeah.
Instead of just coming out and saying like just announcing the rules anyway.
Yeah. You know? So maybe not. Maybe.
Yeah.
Overall, when we look back, might not have been the best idea the way that we went about it.
Yeah. But I still enjoyed the match. I liked the idea, because I think we could have implemented the whole thing of because when you get obviously with the rules, you get a fall. Once you get a fall, you can now then compete under no DQ until you either get a second fall or the guy before you gets a fall. So basically, when I got the first fall, it'd be me trying to get Kyle DQ'd or almost get him counted out or something like that.
Yeah.
And I think it only happened like twice or so. And there was there was a bit with the ref. It's like there was a thing on a ref bump or something where I'd really bump into the ref and then I'd be down and then do the Eddie G thing. Like he'd have the chair, he'd have the chair in his hand. The ref sees him and I'd be like, "Ref, DQ him." So
yeah,
it didn't go as well as I was had pictured it. But yeah, it was good. Like we got Kyle that big win, and
yeah, he's a 3-time champ.
Exactly. Yeah.
I remember as the match was going on, DJ being annoyed at the stipulation because he couldn't understand it, and why is this happening? And it's like, dude, it was Ryan's idea. Let's just let it go. Let's see how it goes.
Has to be a fucking has to criticize it. See how this is going on.
Little wanker. Next show is Autumn Brawl. Bit of a better show.
Yep.
War Games. Although, once again, before the show, Jack decides to post in the thread about 4:30 the day before, I'm going to do us all a favour. I'm going to give us a nice sleep in tomorrow because there's only 6 matches and we're going to start at 1 p.m. And I message him and I'm like, you know, this is where I'm saying things to you like, you need to fucking talk to me first because Deacon has to have his shit done before 12:30 because he's got to leave for work. So no, we're not having a sleep in. You're not doing us a favour by having us sleep in. We need the show to start at 11 so Deacon can get all of his segments done and then he can leave. So then he gets shitty, oh, well, fucking blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, dude, and the fact that we have a shorter card, hey, maybe I'd like to do a backyard TV. Maybe I'd like to get another match for Phoenix out the way because, you know, he's only going to get so many matches this year and I'd like to have a few matches that we probably wouldn't get the chance to see. It was stuff like that. And, you know, obviously, more stress for the day. I had to drive to fucking Bunnings to get a new tarp for the ring, right?
This was the one where Rex got the tarp.
Right, we were waiting for Rex to bring the tarp. That's right, my bad.
When I got the tarp, that was Hardcore Hell.
Gotcha, okay. Now we're on the right track. Yeah, so we're waiting for that new tarp. Rex was a little bit late to the show. Bit of stress, but look, Autumn Brawl, I think, was a success. So you wrestle Phoenix on Backyard TV.
Yeah,
in a nice fun. Little short match-up. Well, how did you feel about working with Phoenix? It was like his first chance to really have a normal singles match at that point.
Yeah, first have a normal singles match, even though we were going to be facing each other in a hardcore match later anyway. But it was fun. It was fun to face him. I probably have to watch this match back again because I haven't. It was probably one of the main matches of 2016. I haven't actually watched back as much as the other ones.
Right.
Yeah, because I only just realised, I was like, oh wait, shit, I did face Phoenix that year, didn't I?
Yeah.
Need to look back on that. But from what I remember, it was fun little match. It didn't go that very long, but we put off some cool stuff. Yeah, it was really good because we had that whole dynamic of the originals as well there.
Yeah.
The promo, like doing the whole war hero thing.
Yeah.
And being a piece of shit, saying that Hitler's a hit war hero, all that kind of crap. Saying I'm better than Hitler, or all that bullshit, like brilliant bullshit. But
because you'd been a part of every War Games at that point.
I had
right?
been, yeah, I had been a part of every single War Games. I was the only guy in there who had been in all the other ones.
Right, gotcha.
Yeah. Apart from Antilochus, he was in the first one, but yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, okay, so we get to the War Games match. It's you and the three originals against Team Johnston, which is Phoenix, Rex, Regum, Steel Kemsley, and DJ. How do you feel this went? What was it like trying to plan this with 7 other guys?
Okay, alright. Well, this was absolutely fucked because obviously if anyone's ever planned with... Sorry, Phoenix, but calling you out. If anyone's ever planned with Phoenix, you know how much how intricate his planning is and...
How many ideas he has.
How many ideas he has and to put into it. And also, like, then there was Monet, and, like, basically everyone trying to chime in their little bits, and it's like... Some of it just makes no fucking sense at all. It's like it needs to be better, so we need to kind of structure it better. Like Monet and I think Monet, myself, Jacob, I think Chris we had to end up getting a good little plan. But then on the day people were adding in even more things, and then we came to an initial finish as well on the actual day.
Right.
Which I thought was really good. I thought that was a really cool idea. I think Monet came up with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like having to go to, like, even on the day when we were like everyone was like rushing around, like I would go to one person and be like, okay, so you know what the finish is? And like, what is it? It's like, oh, for fuck's sake, why hasn't anyone told you? So we had to get even trying to get all of us together at once to talk over the match.
Yeah.
It was so fucking frustrating.
Yeah.
But
I think you guys pulled off a pretty good match.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It is in the contenders of match of the year.
Yeah.
So I think you guys did well, and it was a vast improvement over the previous one that we had with the Stone Army against the Elite Alliance.
Yeah.
But overall,
yeah.
Pretty decent match. And,
yeah.
you
I
know,
think the major annoying thing was me hurting my shoulder again during that match.
Yeah.
It was from like a simple thing, which was a tornado DDT.
Right.
Phoenix said leaping tornado DDT. I landed on top of it, and then all I felt was just pain all the way down the arm.
Right.
I was like, holy shit.
Because I remember watching him do it, and I was like, he shouldn't be doing a jumping tornado to a guy smaller than him.
Yeah.
It's not going to work out properly.
And then, like, shortly after we did the
if you did it to Monet, it would work. But if doing it to you, it's just you're not of a height that he needs you to be at in order to fucking pull that off properly. But that's okay.
And then there was the blockbuster as well, which didn't help.
That was an insane move. That was insane.
It was supposed to be a bulldog. I was supposed to splash Monet. But he did a like last second. He does a flipping blockbuster. I was like, okay, that works. I was like, all right, I'll just still bump it anyway. And I just ended up just going like shoulder first to the Monet's ribs.
So from there, your alliance now, the originals, you split away now, and we get to Frostbite. You're supposed to face Clint Marshall.
Yeah.
He was supposed to make his return at this point. But Zibby, a couple of days before the show, says he cannot make it anymore. He needs a bit more time. I think he was a bit jet-lagged from getting back from the States.
He'd only just gotten back,
so he needed a bit more time to settle in. That was fine. But we get you versus Three Dog.
Finally.
In his final match.
Yeah.
As it appears to be.
Technically, yeah.
And so that was lucky. We got to tick that one off your Dream Match Series list. I think that was the only one in the Dream Match Series that we needed.
Apart from Marshall.
Apart from Clint Marshall, of course. It was just those two, yes, that needed to be ticked off. So you finally get to work with Three Dog. How did you feel working with Three Dog that day?
Well, we were both, I think we were both in a bit of a rush. Cause I think Aaron had to go somewhere afterwards. And I obviously had my 21st that night. So
yes.
I had to get my stuff done by around 3 o'clock because I had to go pick up the...
but he was, as usual, late.
As usual, yeah. I mean, he did get there before 3, but we were there. Yeah. We basically had like about 10 minutes to plan, and then we then we went into the match. I thought it was a good little match. I think the only big air was I couldn't get myself up for the power bomb, and he ended up like falling backwards, and I landed on top of him.
Right.
And it just looked fucked.
Right.
And also trying to do the like wrap his leg in the ropes and try to super kick it, but as I'm trying to do it, his leg falls out the ropes. So I'm like, god damn it.
Right.
Yeah,
but still, it was a decent contest.
Decent match, and
ticked him off the list.
Then also implementing the starting the implement of Ryan making the mistake, so he's losing now and doing the wrong things. And
you put him over.
Yeah,
you let Aaron win the match.
Yeah, I put him over.
Well, you probably should have won the match, but you were dead set on being
doing that
losing streak storyline. So
Storyline.
good on you for giving him a nice win there, but he probably hadn't earned it at that point.
Well, there you
he
go.
had been there, he'd been wrestling some of the shows, but this was the last time we fucking got to see him, which was a real shame.
Well, there you go. He won his last match. How nice.
How nice. The next thing I got written down is the frustration of Three Dog.
Yeah.
It was frustrating for the rest of the year, and I feel bad, just trying to convince guys, trust me, he'll be there. He promised he'd be here, and then he wouldn't show up, or he'll cancel appearing at the last minute, so we stopped booking him at that point.
Super shame that he couldn't eventually be there at the final show.
It's just one of those things, just a missed opportunity. I still haven't heard from him since before the last show, so I'm hoping to get in contact with him and see what the fuck happened that weekend, and get one more fucking apology out of him, I suppose.
Yeah.
Around this time, the plans changed due to the originals. We each decided to go in a different direction because of what took place at Frostbite. Jack did well at the War Games, but at Frostbite, I don't think he wrestled on the show, did he?
He didn't wrestle on the show. He was ringside for both the other originals matches.
Yeah, but then there were other issues with them that day, and just moving forward from there, I guess it was after Pooh, really, that there was the main problem. We decided to change direction, but we decided to start talking about it at this stage, and it wouldn't be until after the next show when we really implemented the changes. But we're going to get into it now. Fuck the timeline. Just going over it quickly, at WZWA Pooh, Jack is in bed all day and doesn't appear on the show. He gets to bed at 9 a.m. or something like that, after making some silly decisions the night before. Not only that, but Monet hadn't been exactly reliable as well.
And also he left early.
Didn't
really tell anyone.
Didn't tell anyone, and was a bit steamed about that one.
Because they were supposed to have a bit in the main event where the originals would run out and do a beatdown, but it ended up only being two of them.
That's right, yeah. So it was, a bit of a mess at this stage, and I just made the decision, look, we're not going in this direction anymore. It's not working. What were your thoughts on all of this going down?
I mean, because pretty much from this happening, I ended up Will Blade and I ended up taking the spot, really, and I felt bad for them because I was stoked for that to be for originally their thing to be happening, but it's just an unfortunate circumstance that obviously cost them that opportunity, really.
Yeah, and we all know that the plan initially was for you to win the championship earlier in the year.
Yeah.
But we changed plans, obviously, and I thought to myself, the most meaningful thing we can see at the end of Resolution is Ryan Tate winning the championship. So that was now the new idea. I didn't care what anyone said. So let's just get to WZWA Pooh. You're supposed to against Clint again, right?
Yep.
But he doesn't show up to this one again. I don't remember what the issue was. I think he just messaged me a few days beforehand and said he just couldn't do it.
Yeah, I think he messaged me as well saying that he wasn't able to. I was like, that's all right, man. We'll think of something.
Yep, and what we did think of was putting you against Brandon and Steele in a triple threat match for not for the backyard title,
was for the contendership.
Contendership for the backyard title.
Yeah, it's supposed to be elimination, but I'll get into why it wasn't.
Right, so it doesn't work out very well, Big Red. What went wrong?
Miscommunication, definitely.
I remember on this day, Brandon did not seem he was in the zone whatsoever. He seemed
off. He just seemed off. I don't know what it was. Maybe he was having, I don't know, personal problems or something, or he's just having basically an off day.
Yeah,
but
we all have them.
Yeah, like because I came out because I literally like did a promo and uploaded it the same morning of just basically get that last little bit of character out, saying I'm not booked for the show. If I don't have a match, I'm going to find one. And basically, the start of the show, out comes Brandon, out comes Steele, my music plays, out comes Ryan. Not from the usual entrance way, just yelling and carrying on.
Yeah. And
then saying what, I was backyard champion. I'm one of the most reigns, and I should deserve to be in this. Yada yada yada.
Boom.
And be like, all right, let's see who's the best out of the three of us. Let's make this like elimination. And I said that clearly. Like you could be like, all right. And then the match happens, and it was decent. It was alright. Like there were some good little spots here and there, and then it came to the finish. The finish was supposed to be,
and this was my idea.
Yeah, Steele goes up for the steel ton bomb, and I cut him off, and he's laying there. And me and Brandon go at it. Brandon hits me with his DDT. He goes up for the elbow drop. He misses the elbow drop because I roll out of the way. I roll out of the way. Steele's now recovered and hits the swanton on me. That's going on from the frostbite thing. I've made a mistake and that cost me the match. Yeah. Steele does that. Steele's supposed to pin me 1, 2, 3. Then Steele gets up. Brandon rolls him up for a 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, very simple.
Steele goes to pin me. Brandon pulls Steele off, tries to roll him up. Steele has the shoulder up, obviously, and ref counts a free. But it's not. But the ref calls it off. It's not a free. So then,
everyone's
I'm like,
confused.
what the? Because
it's just immediately turned to shit.
It immediately turned to shit. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking because I was just laying there. And I just instantly, I was like, Brandon pinned me. 1, 2, 3, and it's just complete silence. Like, what the fuck happened? Match is over. I rolled out of the ring. I'm just laying there looking up at the sky, like fuming because I'm like, because I knew how you were gonna react. I knew exactly how you were gonna react. I was just laying there like, this is so fucked. How did this not go like the way it should have? Like, it was so simple.
And I don't know what I said to you. I was just like, what the fuck happened out there? I remember I was upstairs and I was like, what the fuck just happened? Like, I don't know who was standing next to me and everyone was like confused.
Yeah, and we're like, when I went to you,
that's not how it was supposed to
Then I went to you and we were talking about it. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck was going on. Like, because you could see like how, like, we could both see how frustrated we both were at what happened.
Yeah, and I was mainly annoyed at Brandon because he wasn't thinking, you know, he didn't think that he still needed to pin you and then he needed to wait for that to happen and then pin Steele, but fucked it up. So, you know, it was what it was.
Salty. I was a bit salty for the rest of the day. I was like, oh man, I was like, not in the best of moods because like that didn't go well.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's the general thing when your match doesn't go that well. So you just get in a bit of a ham mood. You don't feel happy the rest of the day. But then there was later on.
So yeah, later on, this is pretty intense. First time anything like this has ever happened, and I think it was the last time it had ever happened. I'm facing Antilochus. Match is taking place. It's going well. Then Jacob rolls over to me at one stage and says, man, I can't continue the match. My stomach, I think I'm going to throw up. And I was like, are you serious? So I super kicked him to the outside and just said to him, just get a breather and see how you go, get some water. And I remember he looked up at me and he just shook his head and he said, I can't do it. And he walked off, and I think 15 seconds later he threw up. Yeah. And I'm standing there in the ring, and I don't know what to do.
I went back and followed him when he went around, and he was just chucking because he had like
those chicken nuggets.
Those chicken nuggets, they're like fucking soggy or something.
Yeah, he had some bad chicken nuggets, and I was in the ring, and I'm like, fuck, what do I do? What do I do? How do I fucking continue wrestling? Because, you know, I was actually on fire. I'd had a really good start to the match, and I was like, I wanted to
keep going.
Keep going, and I wanted to really prove myself and try and maybe get some votes for Wrestler of the Show, just something. I wanted to keep my storyline interesting. And so I was just like, I'll just call that Big Red.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what, I came here for a fight. I need a fight. I don't care. You know what? Big Red Ryan Tate, where are you? I know you're in the building still. I need a fight. I want to have a proper match here today. Where are you?
I'm just standing there in the crowd looking. I'm like...
And you're like, oh, shit, what are you thinking? What are you thinking, bro?
I'm just standing there like, okay, so we're doing this. I just literally just shirt off, ran in.
Yeah, shirt was off, sprinted in.
We'll say this, thank God that's the last time I ever wrestled shirtless and without gear, because I looked fucking disgusting. I hated it, but the match itself, like, oh, fucking, it was great. It was just like out of the blue, like, we were on fire straight away, running, just trading punches and...
Just back and forth, belting one another, and, we're improvising this whole thing. We didn't really know how we were going to finish it, and I'm trying to talk to you whilst we're out there, and I'm like, do you mind if you lose again, bro?
I knew when I ran in there, I'm like, I'm losing. I'm going to be losing.
But you're the only person that I could think of at the time that, I want to have the chance to wrestle Ryan one more time. This is the only chance we'll get. It's got to be him. And I thought we had a nice little, I don't know how long it went, 6-7 minutes.
Went for I can't remember. I've got it probably written down somewhere, but it went for like at least 5 minutes at least.
Yeah, like that. It went well, and
now, I think officially you're the third person for me to tap out to.
Right, so
Mitch,
I tapped you
Mitch
out.
Mitch Delcano,
right.
you.
Yeah, I wanted to just win it with something else because I'd already done it with the Outsider's Edge, and so that happens, and
And then like straight after, I was like waiting there, and like after the match, I was like, you know what, this is a good chance to get some more character in. Grab the microphone, said my little promo, and then got like oh Brian, what are you doing?
Oh no, poor Big Red, he's all upset because he's lost again. The poor little bloke. Fucking hell. Right, so we have a booking meeting set.
Yeah.
After all the shit that went down at WZWA Poo. And we've got to change direction, man. We've got to change direction. Monet wants to come. Monet needs to come to stick up for the original storyline. And he doesn't show up. You and Blade have been sitting here for a few hours waiting for him. Yeah. And I just said, boys, that's it. Let's book the shows together right now and we'll do it. And I think we had probably one of our best booking sessions. I think we did really well. And we decided to go in that new direction. So Monet screwed up. Just one more time. So moving forward from there, Big Red, we get to Hardcore Hell. This was an important match, and I'd always emphasised to you, I need to see Big Red versus Dark Ice one last time. And I thought, tremendous match. I thought it was really good seeing you two go one-on-one.
Yeah, the last time we ever went one-on-one was the second WZWA show.
Yeah.
With the ring. That was like September 2012.
Yeah. And you just needed to have an updated match.
Exactly, yeah. Like,
you both have been through so much through the years as characters and stuff, and we'd never been able to cross your paths again. Just needed to happen.
Yeah, it was cool. And there was a complete switch around, because last time the roles were reversed. He was the heel, I was the face, and now complete opposite.
So how'd you find working with your friend Dark Ice again?
So fun working with him. Like we didn't even need to really plan anything, because like we just go out. It was pretty improvised, so we just went out there. Like I think the only thing we really planned was like finish. Yeah. I'll run to the corner. You move. I'll bounce out of it. Chokeslam.
Yeah.
Like we just improvised the entire way. It was a fun little match. We got the story round and I had like a random blood nose during the match. It wasn't from him hitting a big boot and stepping on my face that people thought it was.
Oh right.
Yeah, because I got a blood nose like the night before. I was like, oh shit. And then like during the match, I was like, oh shit, I'm bleeding. I'm like, oh, this will work. But then I said to Ice, give me a big boot. He was like, all right. Big boots me. I get up, look straight where the camera is, and then where the crowd is bleeding.
Smart.
And then Ice looks at me, and he's like, oh shit, because he thought he did something. I was like, no, it's fine, keep going.
You're smart, bro. You're very smart. Very well done.
Yeah.
And a good match there. Just like to, I guess, to get your story over as well. He was kind of giving you a bit of a pep talk.
Yeah, because I had come out. I was like just just hands in the pockets, hat on, glasses, just walking up, stand by the ring, just stare at the ring, then get in the ring, just sit in the corner.
Yeah. Getting your story over.
Getting the story over.
A great match. We moved to Christmas Carnage.
Yeah.
Finally get to see Big Red Ryan Tate take on Clint Marshall, but now it's at the point where your losing streak has to be over. Yeah. So we're now switching the result, and Clint will now be putting you over.
Yeah.
What was it like working with Clint Marshall? You guys went out there, had about a 15, 16-minute match?
16-minute match. Clint's a fucking machine. He will not stop until he feels like he's gotten everything in. He has to and kudos to him because he pushed me through it because I was fucked. Near the end I was like okay, we might as well finish it, and he just decided to keep going. I was like, okay, we're still going. Yeah. All right.
Same thing happened to me the previous year against him.
And now because
I was like, should we finish? He was like, no, not yet.
Yeah, because you had told me about that. I was like, oh, okay, so you just and then he did that. I was like, holy shit.
He just keeps pushing you.
And we were hitting each other with basically every fucking move we had, and it just made just like a huge back and forth match. And I really liked it. And one of the pros was in terms of he's not really, doesn't do pro anymore. Jimmy Jamal
Jenkins.
Yeah, little Triple J. He said he was really impressed with that one. Apparently, I heard that from DJ or someone. He was really impressed with it. So I was like, oh, awesome.
The match was actually for quite some time up until about curtain call. It was a contender for match of the year.
Okay.
But it ended up getting omitted. Due to Monet and Clyde's hair versus hair match. But it was very close, bro. Very close to being at least a nominee.
Yeah.
But so that just goes to show how good of a match it was. So that's your dream match series. Dream match series matches all out the way, Big Red. You and Three Dog, you and Clint Marshall. Now we're on the home straight. And after we'd done our second round of booking, we decided, well, you know what? Let's get the final battle. Ryan Tate 1-1 with Mykonos. Fuck yeah, dude. I mean, what a great run of opponents you've had in the last few shows there. You know, Dark Ice, Clint Marshall, now Mykonos. This is really getting you up into that main event scene, bro.
Yeah.
You spoke about what Mykonos means to your career in your previous podcast, but now looking back further, from a further way away, just re-explain that to everyone out there what Mykonos means to the career of Ryan Tate.
If it wasn't for Mitch, I wouldn't have been elevated to such a big place when we had that first feud in WZWA. Because after having that whole feud with the Respect, that built me up to have that battle of Respect with Rex, and then that just built up to the heel turn, and then led into all the title runs, and then leading into where I was when we faced again, and we both basically both absolute superstars at that point. And so it made it for just such a big match to happen.
Definitely, and I feel like Mykonos gave you the tools that you needed. Yeah. So you had your toolbox, your initial toolbox in WCWA. You had a few things here and there which are pretty good. You know, you've got a hammer. You know, you might have a couple of nails. But now, you've worked with Mykonos, you've got a wrench, you've got some bolts, you've got a chainsaw, you've got a lot of new tools now to play with to continue on afterward and be a bigger deal and have better matches and know how to portray your character in the matches better. And I think a lot of that had to do with Mykonos.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably would have got those tools eventually, but you got them sooner because of that feud.
Exactly.
So, Hostile Backyard Showdown 2017 now. How does this match with Mykonos rank with the other, 6 matches that you had?
Without a shadow of doubt, this was my favourite one.
Right.
Favourite match. Just everything that went into it. It was Because at first I thought, like, oh, that was a really fun match, like, after having it, and then watching it back, I was like, fuck, we did so well. Like, just some of the reversals that we did, he had into Dragon Sleeper. All I did was just spin around into the fisherman position.
And boom, rotator.
Boom, rotator. Just, like, that fucking thing. And the, what was it? Yeah, like, he, like, I did like a fucking the kneeling super kick, but I did it running off of the ropes.
Yeah, that was sick.
That was cool. The reversals we did into Mitch hitting we did a really cool reversal of Mitch hitting the Unprettier. We did a thing where he went for the Samoa Joe thing, but I ducked it. Like, first time someone's like actually like kind of ducked it,
right,
or not taken it, and then I did the double knees onto the ankle.
Yeah,
and I ended up being the first person to make Mitch tap out.
Right.
Yeah, because Mitch gave me that honor. I was like, oh man, really? Holy shit! Like,
that's huge.
Yeah, it's such a big deal.
And yeah, great match between you two. Now you're starting to really get built up. You're being built up. You know, with great matches against Ice, Clint, Mykonos. Battlefield Brawl though, a lot of things were kind of all over the place with Battlefield Brawl. As we knew, you were going to be winning the Battlefield Brawl, so there was going to be a big match for you already. But I really wanted to at least get you another match. And initially it's supposed to be against Deacon. But good decision was made at the last minute to switch it to Aries.
Because Deacon said, man, just if you want, you can like face Aries, because you haven't versed him before. I was like, that's a good idea.
Yeah. And a good opportunity for Aries and you to work with each other and, just tick off another person off your bucket list as, there weren't that many left at this stage that you hadn't worked with. So how did you feel it was working with Aries, who was relatively fresh back in WZWA at that point?
I was so glad that he came back, because then I was like, oh shit, I actually get a chance to work with this guy now.
Yeah.
And then having that little match that we did, like just to open the show at BB. We didn't really do much. It was just because I think originally I was going to be winning, or no, it got changed around, because I was going to be winning against Deacon, and then it got changed because Deacon needed the win, and then when it got changed to Aries, I was like, all right, I'll just give the Aries the win anyway, because he needs one, because he's been back and he hasn't actually had a win yet.
Yeah.
So it went well, and played off their little team as well, because Deacon did the distraction into the me getting rolled up.
Yeah.
Cool little match. I thought we clashed well. Some stuff could have been better, but yeah.
He's just fresh back into WCWA, but a nice little match, and just good to have it ticked off the bucket list.
Exactly.
Look, I don't want to get into any negatives about the brawl, because I can't be bothered, okay? I can't be bothered getting annoyed about the fact that we made it 90 seconds and that just fucking dragged it fucking out so long. But look, let's just talk about this one thing. You win the Battlefield Brawl.
Yeah.
Okay? How do you feel when Antilochus tumbles over to the outside, you've won the Battlefield Brawl? Well, is it now starting to get real?
Yeah, it was, because after that match, I was sitting behind the curtain, away from everyone, and I just broke down, because I was like, this is it. Like, this is getting really close to the end.
Yeah,
I had a lot of like good things happen, like personal wise. Like I was getting like a lot of praise at work, because I was doing like a lot better or something, because I was having a shit time out there.
Yeah,
and then I was like, I passed like the driving test or something, to get the L's, and I was like, oh fucking, all this good shit is happening, and I know there's more to follow, which we'll get into. I know.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I just kind of broke down, like.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just crazy just thinking about it, because I was like, and like hearing like the "You Deserve It" chants as well, like after the brawl. And I was like, oh man,
big moment, bro.
Yeah, big moment.
I mean, not many people got to win the brawl, man.
Yeah, I know. And like it's another thing as well, because originally it was supposed to be for someone else, and then the plans changed, and I ended up winning it. And yeah, but I will say this with one thing, because I did want to mention this when we got to the brawl, even though I know you don't want to go into it and all that stuff, but it got to a point where, because you know how it got to a point like you had to step aside, and you wanted me and Monet and that to 'Cause I think you were feeling burned out at this point, and you wanted me and Monet to sort out the
oh, dude, that was the worst show for me.
Yeah. And I kind of got a taste of what it felt like when so many people are in your fucking ear, and it was pissing me off.
Asking, can I do this? Can I do that? I want to do this. I want to do that.
Especially with a spot that was supposed to be there for Ice. Ice was going to be in the brawl, and there was a bit where the LWO come in at the start, and the thing was, Ice comes in, but Colin's in the ring, but Deacon has to be the next one to come out after Ice.
And Ice had realised at that point that the idea he had of being in the brawl, he actually didn't really want to do it. He was just talking, shit.
Yeah.
He was just saying like, wouldn't that be cool if we did that? And I thought he meant,
literally,
do it.
And I'm there. We've got the list written out with things, and everyone's just blasting in my ear, and I'm thinking, what the fuck do we do? And I was like, you know what? Because it probably wasn't the best idea, because Deacon was supposed to be the guy who was in there for the longest time, be the Iron Man of the match. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just do it just to get it out of the way. I'll put myself in that spot, and I'll just do it just so Deacon can do his bit and come out. Probably the worst decision, because it ended up with... It eventually led to me having the most eliminations, which I'm still, annoyed about. Because, obviously, I wasn't keeping track of how many people I was throwing out. I was just working the match and getting people out of there, because no one was getting fucking eliminated.
It was just such a mess.
Such a mess.
I think one of the main problems was that we had too many people in early on that were going to have to be eliminated later on. So when people were getting filtered into the match during the middle of the match,
it was just getting fuller and fuller.
Man, we got too many people in here. Do you want to be eliminated? I've only been in here for like 2 minutes, man. Like, come on. And it's just like, fuck, like, we can't get anyone out because this guy can't be eliminated because he's got to get eliminated by this guy.
Because remember, you and I were in there, and we were just in the corner talking, and we're like, man, this is shit.
I just can't believe we fucked it up so bad. But anyway, look,
get away.
That's
all I wanted to say, because
got to get away from it.
But that was fucked, just having everyone in my ear and me going off at people, like saying, no, doing this, this, and this. Like, that doesn't make fucking sense. Fuck you, like, all that shit. But anyway, it's over. It's done now. Thank God that was the last one.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Hard Time 6. You face Big Ace, who is on fire at this point. He's had great matches with Monet, great matches with Chaos.
Had match of the show at the previous show.
Yeah, Battlefield Brawl, we all voted match of the show for that one.
For a 5-minute match.
5-minute fucking match. That just goes to show how well Ace was doing at that point. Everyone was stoked with him. He was one of the most over baby faces on the roster. And now you finally get to work with him one-on-one. How did you find working with Ace?
Well, I went over this when we did the Hard Time 6 review podcast.
Right.
But, oh man, it was such a fun match. Like, everything we did, it meant something, because Ace was just doing, obviously, the power, like, basically showing off obviously this, me being the smaller guy, because I hadn't versed like a really bigger guy than me since Ice or Blade.
Right.
Where I couldn't, like, basically somewhere I couldn't actually do much. It's so fucking difficult when you're facing someone so much larger than you. You can't actually do anything really to them. It's really difficult. But no, we pulled it off really well. Working on the ankle, cutting the big man down, the psychology of it. Because I didn't want him to because I don't know why, but I didn't want him to hit his finisher at all, because I was like, oh well, if I'm winning the match, I don't want him to like hit it and then like nothing, and like, you know,
nothing comes.
Basically, because you never actually see someone actually just slip out of it.
Yeah. So
I wanted to do that, so I slipped out of it and did the thing to the back of his head, then eventually led to the win. So yeah, so it was a good, fun little match. I thought even through losing, I still know I got like Ace over well as a dominant threat.
Yeah.
And I thought we, both did, really well.
Very well.
Yeah, very well.
So another win, getting yourself built up along the way for Resolution 5 with your match with Blade. But there's one final stop before we get there, and that's a show called Curtain Call, where you're supposed to be taking on Antilochus. Yes. Not even in the main event, because the main event was supposed to be Blade versus Clint Marshall for the championship. Well, Blade has the flu. He cannot be at the show. So we need to think on our toes here, Big Red, and figure out what we can do with Clint Marshall and JD Flame. I wanted Alex Stone to be there to wrestle JD Flame. But unfortunately it couldn't take place Alex could only wrestle DJ, and then he had to go. But it is what it is. We had to figure out what to do, and then eventually the idea was put forth, why don't we make it a 4-way, and it'll be the main event of Curtain Call. Fucking long match.
Yeah, it went really long. Because
it's like 20-something minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah, because usually I don't think I did the match times for that show, but I was looking over the video and I was like, what the fuck? This video is 38 minutes.
Yeah.
So just cutting out the beginning segment, which I loved, because Lily came out and did her whole commissioner thing, and then out comes JD, out comes Marshall, out comes me, out comes Antilochus, making the concept of the match with who, like me, obviously I'm already in the main event, and then having Marshall and all that, and whoever else if anyone else besides me gets the win, then they added to the match. So it's a good little concept. It's like maybe it was made just a little bit obvious that I was going to win, but anyway.
We just needed to get there.
Yeah, just to get there, really, to give the match a bit of sense for it to be happening.
Yeah. So how did you feel it went? And you got to get in there with JD Flame and Clint Marshall.
Yeah, it was awesome to get in there with Justin again. Good to work with him. I feel like we could have done a bit more, me and him, but yeah, it was fine working with Marshall. Fun. I think there was one spot in there that could have gone a bit better, but with the electric chair, I was supposed to throw him over and do the German, but
right.
I think we mistimed it and couldn't get him over, so it ended up turning into like the world's smallest victory roll.
I thought the victory roll looked cool.
Yeah, it did look cool, and then I still Germaned him anyway. Fuck him. And then the whole thing with Jacob as well, like getting some of the little spots that Jacob and I did in there was so crisp and so smooth.
Oh man, that was
so
like
cool.
The best rotator I've ever seen.
Honestly,
fucking cracked him with it.
That was Jacob's idea.
Boom!
Jacob's idea, because we had done that spot before in the last singles match we had with the kendo stick death match. He went to lift me up for the Antilla Crusher. I came back down and rotated him. This time it made more sense because people were working on his ankle and his leg that match. And then how he twisted, it was just so crisp and so brutal.
Yeah.
Best one I've ever done. And props to Jacob on taking it. Fucked him up.
And once that match was over, I was thinking to myself, I am so fucking glad this Fed is about to end, because I was real disappointed in people leaving before the main event.
Yeah, we had such a small crowd, but I mean,
tell you what, Mitch worked his ass off in that crowd. He just kept going.
He was giving a workout.
He
just
kept trying
to cheer.
It goes to show how fucking awesome Mitch has been.
Yeah.
Fucking love him. But that is the final match of the second last show. I feel like it's in some way it's significant. The second last show's main event, and I just feel significance when I think of it. Despite the fact that it was a match that was not supposed to happen, but it was still pretty decent. So we're on the road to Resolution 5 now, bro. It's less than 2 weeks away at that stage. I mean, we had been on a pretty hectic schedule at this point.
We had we had the Hard Time 6, and then 2 weeks later, Curtain Call. The next 2 weeks, it's Resolution.
But if you think even before that, we had Twisted Metal 8.
Battlefield...
what was it?
No, it was Twisted Metal 8, then Hard Time 6, then Curtain Call, then Resolution.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It was just one... It was just like... I think we had like... if you're counting Battlefield Brawl, which was at the beginning of that month.
It was like every 2 weeks we had a show.
It was like 5 shows in the space of like a month and a half.
Yeah.
Something crazy like that. It was mental. How was your body holding up at this stage? Because I know I was sore. Because I hadn't wrestled that many matches in a short amount of time in quite some time.
Honestly, like I was feeling, I was okay. I think when I got to around hard time, I was starting to feel pretty fucked. I was like, oh god damn. And then I think in between with Curtain Call and Resolution, because all I was doing was I was relaxing, sitting down, making videos. I was like, oh man, this is great.
Yeah.
Just having that downtime to do it.
Yeah, I was really sore.
Yeah. Such a fucked schedule though.
Yeah, because it wasn't just that, dude. It was like you had videos that you had to make. But not only that, I had to schedule in, doing stuff, well, for me personally, Mike and Steele's promo.
Norman coming over.
Yep, Norman was flying over. Us doing the Esquelito thing before curtain call or whenever it was. Whatever it was taking place. Like, there's a lot of little things that needed to be done, as we headed towards the final show. So I think we were starting to feel real burnt out on some things. I mean, you with the hype videos, quite a lot of time.
I can't believe I got them all done, honestly. I got them done, like the last one done.
And I feel
2
terrible
or 3 days beforehand.
Yeah, and I feel terrible that we couldn't play fucking 75% of them because the fucking projector doesn't work during daylight. Just so frustrating, dude. Like, there was nothing we could do about it, and I was so upset by that. But look, everyone got to see their hype video.
Yeah.
Before their match, at home or whatever. So that got them pumped up.
I think only 3 of them got played on the projector. Out of the hype videos, 3 of them got played on the projector at the show.
Right.
Before your match, Jacob, Zeppelin's match, and mine. But your one was the only one that was filmed on camera, because the other ones just start with the entrances. I'm like,
right. You see, the thing is,
add to it. So
when it gets made into a DVD,
that's true.
It will cut away to the hype video, and it won't be aired live. So, but I liked the fact that it played live for mine, but like it didn't really matter in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
That being said, before we get to Resolution 5, bro. We got to train the girls.
Yeah.
We got to go to the WZWA arena. It was the week before the show, right?
Yeah, it was. It was a week before.
It was on Good Friday.
Yep.
So, 8 days from the show. Right? 8 days.
8 days.
So, that's... fucking hell, alright. So, not only do you have to worry about your main event, not only do I have to worry about my 2 out of 3 falls match... and we have to worry about running the show, and you have to worry about hype videos. We've also got to help the girls be retrained.
And also another thing, I was still trying to do the recap for the previous show as well.
Fucking hell.
Jesus.
So much shit going on, but that was a pretty fun little afternoon that we had.
It was, yeah. I mean, shame we couldn't have been there longer, but it was still fun thing to do.
Yeah, we got Stacey and Lily in the ring and try to help them find some confidence, I suppose, with wrestling one another, because it's the first time either of them going to actually wrestle another girl.
Going over their bumps and...
Yeah. I think you did well.
Little spots and
helping me out there, bro. So
yeah, because you had done something to your groin or something and couldn't actually.
I couldn't actually bump properly because I'd hurt I actually had a pulled groin. Like,
then you and me losing our shit over Lily and Stacey pulling off a crossbody during training, and it looked so fucking good.
That was such a good crossbody. Yeah. Like, we were popping like.
And
crazy.
Even on the day when she pulled off, it was just as good. I was like, oh my God.
So fucking good, man.
Yeah.
I want to talk about their match first. It's very significant. I mean, first ever female backyard wrestling match in, Australia's history, as far as I know. You're the referee. We know the girls have met up a few times beforehand to come up with ideas and plan different things.
Yeah, they met up twice. Lily went to Stacey's house and they went over things, and then Stacey had to come to our place,
right,
and gone over things as well.
Right, so interesting stuff.
But I had to
there.
work both times, so I was never there with them. Right, so they were planning themselves. I was like, okay, and then they were going over it on the day.
On the day, you're with them, you're helping them with the plan. How's that all going? Are the girls okay? They're pretty
they were
nervous.
going okay. They were trying to add they were trying to throw. They had things in there, and then they were trying to pull things off. And I was like, okay, that's not going to work, because there was a bit where Lily was supposed to have a fireman's carry, but Lily couldn't get the lift. I was like, okay, don't worry about that then. Do this instead.
Right.
And then obviously there was like the bit where she's doing a submission. I'm like, okay, this is too complicated. Do a Walls of Jericho.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're really helping out with this match.
And eventually it came to a point where, because I had to go do other things, and then they were just sitting down, drinking wine, and they wrote down their match on the palms of their hands. Lily wrote down Lily had the first part written down on her palm. Stacey had the second half.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
How was it refereeing that match? Did you have to help too much?
There was just bits where where Lily was down, and I'd say to them that, because they would tell me what the plan was, and I'm like, okay, so I knew when they were getting ready to do this. So Lily was like after the bulldog, Stacey was getting up into the corner. Lily didn't know what was going on, so I was like, all right. I was like, stand up, tornado DT. She's like, okay, and then she got to the position and all that. And yeah, that was a bit where I just had to just lean in, whisper what was going on.
Yeah,
because they were like, you could see that they were like Lily and Stacey at some points they were lost a bit.
You could tell when there's that slight moment when there's a hesitation, just a slight hesitation. And that tends to happen sometimes, especially in a match like this.
The only thing...
They did phenomenal, man.
Yeah. The only thing that I thought could have gone a bit better, but this is only on my part, was... There was a bit with where Stacey's supposed to be getting up, Lily's going setting up for the lie lariat. I'm supposed to go over and kind of... Lily's supposed to start kind of charging a bit, but Stacey's not up yet, so I go to Lily, wait, stop for a sec, back up a bit, and then Stacey gets up, I move out of the way, then Stacey is supposed to boot Lila in the face.
Right.
But it didn't go exactly like that. And I got all the heat from the crowd, and I was like, fuck off, like yelling at people.
It's so fun, man. That's so fun.
But yeah, it still went awesome.
And obviously...
And it was great because after that bit happened, like, Lily just gets straight up and power bombs her.
That was so...
So
that power
good.
bomb was so
Holy
fucking
shit.
good, man. Huge reaction.
Yeah.
Stacey goes for the moonsault and does it. Like, like I remember my heart.
She feels like she hesitated, but no, it was awesome.
She didn't hesitate. She just changed her footing on the top rope. That was fine. Like, she thinks that it was bad, but it wasn't. Like, it wasn't noticeable at all, just to her. But she ends up missing the moonsault. Larry, it's all over. 1, 2, 3. Stacey goes in the Hall of Fame. Lily gets the women's championship. Very proud of the girls. And it just cranked the crowd into a whole new level.
It did, because I think that was the point of the show where the crowd was just fucking like just going off at everything,
fucking loving it. And so we move forward with the show. The show's actually one of the most stress-free shows I've ever had. The only time I was stressed, bro, was when Mike Massive was in his car out the front and we had the hardcore match to go, and then the Legends Rumble, because over my dead body was that going to be my last match. So I was only really stressed about that and getting the Legends all organised for their spot. We finally get to my match. Okay, my match is done. Now I feel fucking relieved. I'm chill. I'm relaxed. I'm having some beers. I'm just, really enjoying the rest of the show. And we get through the rest of the show, and now it's time for the main event of the evening. How are you feeling? You must be fucking nervous, bro.
We both were. I was so fucking nervous.
And just to give some, pre-story to the guys, after my match, Blade was, sobbing uncontrollably into my shoulder, saying he doesn't think he can do it. He doesn't think he can wrestle. He's so upset, and he's so upset that it's all coming to an end, and he doesn't know how he's going to be able to perform properly. And I was just pumping him up, saying, "You're the fucking 407-day long reigning champion, bro. You fucking had main events all year. You've been on top all year. You fucking proved yourself, man, and you're going to prove it one more time tonight against Ryan. You can trust Ryan out there. You two will be fine. Trust me. Trust me." Did Blade come up to you at all? Saying that he was worried?
There was a bit where Lily and I were comforting him afterwards because we could see he was getting visibly upset during your speech. And talking to Blade after, he didn't say anything like that, but we were just saying, man, we can do this. We were just getting more and more nervous because we had just sat through Jack and Luke, which was was very good, and then there was the fucking hectic death match, which we're fuck, we have to follow that.
You have to not only follow Antilochus and Dan and the Cruiserweight title, but that's following me and Mykonos and the Legends Rumble and the fucking hardcore title match. That was a lot of fucking
and
big
before
shit.
That was the John Kemsley thing, and then the girls.
And then the girls it's just fuck me, that's really
literally one after the other was it just after each match, the stress level went up one bar.
Yeah. But okay, so you're about to walk through that curtain. What are you thinking of?
I'm going blank, basically.
Right.
Because Blade and I were up on the hill before. before the match, and we were just kind of planning things out. And we're like, okay, going over the spots, and basically when we got out there, I can tell like we both like kind of went blank a bit.
Right.
But yeah, I'm like, oh fuck. We got out there, and I was just like, as soon as I went out there, and then the break.
Sorry, my ash is getting all over you.
Then the break in the music, and I just yell out, and then the adrenaline was just fucking through the roof. I was got so pumped up so quickly.
Crazy. So you feel like as soon as that match started, you were feeling a little bit lost from the get go. Like fuck, like there's so much pressure right now.
But when you and I were watching the match back a couple of weeks ago, you said that it kind of added to the match, like with the whole pressure of us, like it's like the whole idea of the pressure of it is getting to both of us in the match.
That's a true to life story, because it actually is true to life. In a situation where there's that much pressure on both of you, both characters would be like, fuck, like, they've never been in a position like this before. You've never main evented a resolution. Blade's never been, in such a high-pressure situation where it's the final match of the final show. It's a lot riding on it. As the champion, he's got to try and retain his championship against this, red-hot fucking Big Red Ryan Tate, the Battlefield Brawl winner. What's Blade going to be able to do to stop this runaway train? So I really liked the story of that, even though you guys didn't intend that to be a part of it. It made sense in the grand scheme of things. But the match is wearing on. We're getting towards the finish, and the finish is the final rotator.
Yeah.
Which was
originally wasn't the actual plan.
Right.
It was supposed to be Blade has hit the powerbomb. Mm-hmm. He goes up for a second powerbomb, but I dropped down, cut him at the knees. It would be it would be super kick to the knee, elbow strike to the face, super kick to the face, back up, get pumped up, and then deliver one final super kick.
And that'll be it.
But I like how it went. Because Blade was throwing me off the ropes, and I was just walking into forearms. I was so fucked. Yeah. After taking I took the end of days, and then the power bomb. Being one of the first guys to kick out of the power bomb. It's like, oh shit, And then
I prefer that you won it with the rotator.
Yeah, same here. Like it's.
I think it's a move that you hitting that move on Blade, that should be able to wipe him out, because it's such a big move and he's such a big guy. When he makes that rotation and takes impact, it was a good final move for the match. And you've hit the rotator, and you're hearing 1, 2, 3. What are your thoughts in your head?
Well, this is as I'm saying to Blade, kick out. Like,
oh, you're telling him to kick out.
Do it. No, he didn't do it. I was like, okay, but I was still like, but then as I'm laying there, I'm like, yeah, that was sick. Like just like that. That even though it wasn't the finish we had envisioned, or I envisioned, I was like, that was better. Like that was fucking awesome.
Yeah,
just laying there.
So you handed the championship.
Starting to tear up, seeing Monet there, it was
pretty intense moment.
Such a huge moment. Like having all the guys around the ring as well.
All the guys around the ring. I get in the ring one last time on the microphone. I give a big pump up speech about who we are and what we're all about.
Yeah.
And then I focus my attention on you, and then out of the blue, Big Red, you're inducted into the Australian Backyard Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that fucking threw me off guard. Like, that caught me off guard. I was like, what the fuck? Like, obviously no fucking clue about it. Just, teared up immediately. Yeah. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my god, because it's like the highest, prize any of us could ever get in our hobby, in our sport. Yeah. And it just meant the world to me, because I was like, holy shit, like,
it was awesome, bro. And but that wasn't the last thing, was it? You would think that would be.
I still had one more thing to worry about.
Yep. And I knew it was coming, and I was like, oh, here we fucking go. The boys have no idea, and neither does she. You proposed to Lily in the center of the ring. What a great moment. Yeah. And people crying. Fucking, it's just emotional, man.
Chaos,
take us through.
Chaos having the most adorable reaction. So
just take us through earlier, months beforehand, you planning this out, and then obviously the moment itself.
When I first found out about was when I was in Tassie and we got the message because I was remember how when I was in Tassie I did a promo on top of some Mount Wellington and it didn't get uploaded, but I remember when we were driving up I was looking in the thread and then we got the message final year, like it's like okay, and then I'm thinking like just thinking back to everything and then thinking about Lily brought me into this and stuff and then be like, you know what, I should probably propose to her soon. And then thinking, maybe the final show, I don't know. And then, obviously, we have, in the booking committee, there was Carl, you were talking about, I was like, maybe you can propose to her afterwards.
So this is what's happening.
Booking the engagement.
This is what's happening. Yeah. So, Ryan, you win the championship at the final show, and then after the match, you propose to Lily. It's just so easy, to just book your engagement, and obviously you're just like fuck off, man. But I was like fuck off, man. You go, but legit, I have been considering it. Yeah, but he's like fuck off, man. Don't try and book my engagement. Yeah. But yeah, you had been considering it. I don't know how long it was before the final show when you said it's happening.
It was in June, during the previous year. I was there over there for Lily's brother's bachelor party, and we were at the now sister-in-law's mother's house, and we were hanging out there. We were playing beer pong. I was fucking dominating, and I was so fucking sloshed. And I was just talking about everything, talking about Lily, saying how much I love her, and I was just going on and on and on. Like it was just, as I said, it was an emotional drunken rant. Yeah. And I just made a decision. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna fucking marry her. Like I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna propose to her at that show. Yeah, it means so much for me to do that there,
with all your friends surrounding you, and family and everything. Yeah. What a great moment, man! So the moment takes place, and you get down on one knee. Dude, fucking hell, so intense.
Yeah, just having everyone there and looking up and seeing her whole reaction, just warm the heart, you know.
Yeah, man, and what an amazing way for us.
It's just from WZWA. Seeing that, it's like, this is the right decision, you know.
Yeah, because you two are the golden couple. Yeah. Of backyard wrestling. You guys have been together since the ICWS
We've been each other's
days.
rock, really, when it comes to the backyard, because she brought me into it, and then I returned the favour by bringing her into it, and then we've just been,
Yeah, the golden couple. It's like Randy Savage and Miss Elizabeth. Yeah. And that's the way that I've always seen it. And just what an amazing way for WZWA to go out. All of us in the ring celebrating, and you're engaged, you're the champion, you're in the Hall of Fame. Fucking hell.
Fucking wing, mate.
It's so fucking good. So the end of WZWA, bro. It's over now. We stick around for a little bit, have some drinks, enjoy our night. It's all sinking in now that it's over. The ensuing next few days, it's sinking in even more. How are you feeling now at this point, looking back, knowing it's all over?
It was it's half a decade of our lives is gone now. But all those memories, you look back, you just cherish every single one. Yeah. Even if there was through bad times, good times,
Even you being in Jack's bedroom, telling Tim to stop being a fucking bitch and go out there and have your match. Exactly. Stuff like that. They're all cherished memories.
Very cherished memories. Just all that. You look past all those kind of things. It's you had so much fun, and we made such a brotherhood and a sisterhood there with everyone. And we just family, really. Just my second family.
And you said to me earlier today that that you feel like you want to wrestle. You feel like because that's what we're conditioned. We're conditioned to feel like the next show is just around the corner, but it's not.
But it's not. No. And it hurts because, the Monday after the last show, because I do the footage, I get the footage, I look over the footage, I have to render it through. And when it renders through, it replays the videos. Yeah. And it replays from certain points. Most of the time, it was playing from the speeches. Yeah. I'm just sitting there, just breaking down so many times during the day. It hurt. It hurt so much. It was fucking killing me.
So emotional for everyone, man. But,
yeah. But looking back on it now, I just smile because I'm like, that was the fucking best. Like, let's say high school's the best years of your life. Fuck that. I didn't get to be in a ring and pretend to fight people every month.
Yeah.
This was so much.
Definitely. Just a huge part of our lives, man. And now it's over, but there is a future, Big Red. There is a future, and are you going to go pro? Are you going to give that a whirl? Where do you go from here, Big Red?
I know I do want to go pro. It's like it will. I know it will happen. It will happen eventually.
But not yet.
Not just.
It's just a matter of when.
So many. It's just a matter of when. There's so many
not
things.
If, but when.
Not if, when.
Yeah.
It will happen. There's so many things I've got to get sorted now because I've got a wedding to plan for and all that shit.
A lot of shit going down there.
With my groomsman right next to me.
Yep, yeah. I am a groomsman. It is official that I am now a groomsman. There's 4 groomsmen. We will be the 4 horsemen of groomsmen come 2019 when the wedding takes place. But there's an engagement party coming soon, Big Red.
Yep.
That should be pretty sweet.
It's about 2 weeks after the Yardie Awards.
Yep. Where who knows what will happen that night. That'll be a very momentous occasion.
Oh, very.
Looking back through 2015, 2016, 2017, what we've covered today, do you have any regrets of that period?
It'd probably only be like not getting to wrestle some people, like one-on-one, like Phaser.
Yeah.
Probably some of the XW guys, like Nick Ariel, Johnny V. Yeah, that's probably mainly it. Like mainly
just ticking off a few more people, but
yeah,
I think of most people, you pretty much ticked off more than anyone.
Yeah.
But I think we've done a solid effort there. You know, with the last few years of your career, you had a pretty good story that was told.
Yeah. We were going over it last night, like how good the story was from the beginning to the end of WZWA with my character.
Your character never had any time where there was some downtime and you weren't doing anything. You're always going from one thing to another, to another, to another, to another, to another, all the way through. And that's just a great story arc. You know, if you look back at the progression of Ryan Tate and where he started and where he ended, fucking perfect, bro. And I believe that brings us to the end here.
Yeah.
Big Red. The end of the podcast. Just
catch-up podcast.
The catch-up podcast with Big Red Ryan Tate. This will make it part 4. Finishing off the rest of your career. And hopefully I'll be doing a couple more of these catch-up podcasts with some others that I interviewed early on in the days of the podcast. But thank you, Big Red.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Any final words?
Just that whoever's if anyone out there is going to pursue any other wrestling or anything in their lives, just go at it full force, just like we did. Just keep that passion alive for anything you plan on doing.
Yep, that's one thing that the pros said at our show. Was the passion of us was something that they hadn't seen before in a wrestling product in this state. Obviously, there's passion elsewhere, but they were just so enthused and really took in our passion with what we had on that final show. And everyone should keep that in mind for when they do decide to go pro, because I hope many of you do. So thank you again, Big Red, and I hope you do go pro.
Yeah, not if, when.
When. And thank you for listening to the GBYWN Australia podcast. I'm your host, Aston Crude, alongside my good friend, Big Red, and we will speak with you next time on the podcast when I will hopefully, finally, fucking interview Mykonos. Thank you. Goodbye.